Hello friends, welcome to this video. In this video, I am going to demonstrate how are we going to take the hash composition. So this is one part of the proximate analysis. So if you see many papers, if you are into research field and if you are reading many papers, there will be one portion of the paper saying that estimation of proximate analysis or the hash content. So in proximate analysis, what and all does it come? Proteins will come, fibers will come, ash will come. So all this makes up the proximate analysis. Moisture content will come. So all this together collectively it is known as proximate analysis. So that one part of proximate analysis is the determination of the ash content. So before moving on to the experiment, what is ash? And why should we estimate that? Let us see that, and what is the principle of this experiment we will see. So before moving into the actual demonstration of what is ash and why should we do this. So if you take any living matter, let it be any tissue or plant material or any fungal material or microbial material, or if you take the animal material also, we all know that the entire the skeleton structure of the living organism is made up of carbon, hydrogen and oxygen, nitrogen. Such elemental forms are there. So apart from the elemental forms, we also have other minerals also that are there in our body. So now what we are going to do with ash is nothing but when all the organic matter is burnt off, whatever the inorganic content is left, that is called as the ash. So we would have all heard ash on all. So generally whenever we burn firewood, what happens? Whatever is the remaining thing, that is called as the ash. When a dead body is burnt, the burning process will take for a day or two. Then every organic material will be burnt, the blood, the flesh, the tissues, everything will be burnt, will be charred in that high temperature, and such elemental forms of carbon and nitrogen and oxygen and with some minerals will be left over. So that remaining of this living matter, that remains of the living matter, when all the organic matter is taken away, is called as the ash. For example, why should we do this ash content? Now, whatever food I am taking in or whatever leaf I am going to consume or whatever food is that, I want to know what is the mineral composition of it. For example, we might give some food or feed for fishes and insects as a part of a research work. So I should know how much minerals are there in that food because I am feeding a fish or I am feeding an insect as a part of my research work. So I should know how much proteins are there, how much calcium is there, how much phosphorus is there. So I need to know the mineral composition of the food that I am giving for the plants or that are giving for the animals. To determine that, I need something called as ash. I cannot determine from this. So this is just with all the organic structure and all those things are there, it is bit more difficult and complicated. So all those things will come and interfere with the assay. So this is nothing but the dried form of any leaf or anything you can take. So whatever you are going to prepare feed or whatever is your research work. So for example, if I am going to take some leaf. So this is some leaf that I have taken. I am going to dry this under shade drying. So always we do it in shade drying. 35 to 40 degrees Celsius is the maximum temperature we set in an oven. We leave it for 2 or 3 days depending upon the moisture content. If there is less moisture, it will get dried within a day or two. If there is more moisture, then it will take some 3-4 days it will take. So depending upon the moisture, if we keep at 35 to 40 degrees Celsius, all the moisture content evaporates and we get the dry weight. So this is called as the dry weight. So we require dry weight to do this ash content experiment, and we require an instrument called as muffle furnace. This is similar to that instrument where goldsmith and all they use, blacksmith, goldsmith and all they use to melt the gold. So whenever we give our old ornament, chain and all, they melt the gold and they reform that into a new chain. So what they do, they just put that gold into a hot furnace, they put it into where the gold melts. This is also similar, it's a cylindrical instrument. I will show you when I am demonstrating to you. So in muffle, that is called as muffle furnace. So in this muffle furnace, up to 500-600 degrees we can set the temperature. So in normal oven we cannot go above 150 or 100, we cannot set the temperature, but in this muffle furnace up to 500 or 600 also we can set the temperature. So that is one more requirement. We need the dry sample of this dry weight and muffle furnace we require, and there is something called as crucible. So it is a smaller version of pestle and mortar. It is very costly, it is very small also. It is a sample holder for this instrument or for this experiment. So it costs around 2000, that small, it is called as crucible. So I will show you when I am demonstrating this. So in that we are going to place the sample. So if I take a crucible, I have to take the weight of the crucible. So I need a weighing balance also. I need measuring balance. So I place the crucible over here and I take the empty crucible weight and I add suppose 5 grams of weight I am going to add. 5 grams of dry weight I will add. So that sample I am going to take the measure. So I am going to weigh the measurement for it. I am going to take the weight of it, note it down, and then what I am going to do, I am going to place that crucible inside the muffle furnace. So usually we place it for 6 to 8 hours we place it. So it depends on what paper you are referring or what is the experiment that you are doing. So after 6 to 8 hours it will be burning red hot. So we are not supposed to open it. We have to switch off the main, turn off the main power. We are going to let it cool down. Maybe you can leave it for 1 hour or 2 hours. After 1 or 2 hours, once the temperature cools down, we have to wear the gloves and with the long spatula going to take it out. So don't use bare hands, it will be very hot, or if you have time, you can leave it overnight also. Next day you can come and take it out. So that is how we do usually. So for today morning I come and do all this. I weigh all this and I place it inside the muffle furnace. I leave it for 6 hours. While I'm going home, I turn it off. The next day morning I come and I remove the samples and I place the new sample. So the temperature would have been completely cooled down. So you look at this. So this is one thing that I did yesterday. So this is the dry weight. So after dry weight, when I place it in the muffle furnace for 6 hours, all the organic components gets charred or burnt. So like whatever the organic components are there, everything gets burnt and it turns into a ash. So it turns into a ash like this. So it is completely, if I keep 5 grams of dry weight, I only get 0.08 or 0.07 or 0.1 grams I get. Hardly 99.5% is lost. The only remaining 0.5% I get over here. So that is the ratio. So depending on that, we need to keep higher amount of sample. If you need more ash content, then you have to keep more dry weight. So usually 15 to 20 grams. If you keep, hardly you will get around 0.5 to 1 grams you will get. Now with this ash, what can I do? So after I weigh that, so now I'm going to weigh this. So I'll come to know how much ash content is there in my plant sample. That is one of the experiment. Now with this ash sample, I can proceed to do the elemental analysis. How much calcium is there, how much phosphorus is there, how much minerals are there, all those things I can come to know. There are so many instruments to do that. Even metals can be detected. So if you want to detect the metals or all those things, you can go for atomic absorption spectrometer or flame photometer. There are so many instruments to do that. So with that, we will come to know the mineral composition of this material. Let it be a plant material or a food material. So this is all the principle behind this ash content. So with this, after this ash content, we cannot directly go. There is a step called as acid digestion. We have to digest this with the nitric acid and sulfuric acid, or nitric acid and hydrochloric acid, and we have to digest it for 2 to 3 hours. Then we have to dilute it. Then we have to go for AAS, atomic absorption spectrophotometers, called as AAS or flame photometer. Depending on whatever instrument you have, we can go. So there is some more steps in between. So if you are referring research paper, you will come to know. So this is all the simple. This experiment is very simple. It is like a child's play. We have to just keep it in the crucible and we are going to keep it inside the muffle furnace, and we are going to turn off and then turn on the power, and we are going to set the desired temperature. Usually we keep it around 400 to 500 degrees Celsius for 6 hours we keep it. If you keep it for longer duration or higher temperature, what happens? The carbon in it gets oxidized and becomes carbon dioxide. So it is not advisable to keep it at longer duration or at more temperature. So always refer the research paper, and whatever the research paper is saying and whatever is the aim of your experiment, you can do it accordingly. So with this, so this is called as the muffle furnace, the instrument that we use to determine the ash content of the sample. So we have to just turn the power on and we have to set the required temperature, and there is an inlet to place the samples inside it. So we have to place the samples over here and we have to close it and leave it for the desired amount of time. This is called as the crucible, the sample holder for this instrument. So we will place all the organic matter and the sample inside this crucible. So usually we do it in triplicate. So we take 3 crucibles, and once we place the organic sample into it, then we place the entire crucible into this chamber. So the samples are placed in the muffle furnace. And then it is locked. And the required temperature is around 500 degrees Celsius. So we are going to set the temperature over there. So now the temperature slowly rise. It will take around 5 to 6 minutes for the desired temperature to arise. And then we are going to leave it for 6 hours. After 6 hours, the main switch was turned off, the power was turned off to cool down the temperature. Then after 1 or 2 hours, it is opened, and now we can weigh the ash content in it. So this is the remaining thing of that. After all the organic matter gets burnt, the left inorganic matter, this is called as the ash content of the sample. So we keep 5 grams, and after 6 hours of charring and burning, it usually comes around 0.1 gram or below than that it comes. So with this we go for the elemental analysis and other experiments we can carry out using AAS. So this is how the ash looks like. So approximately 0.08 grams to 0.1 gram it has come. So this is the left out. This determines the ash content in the sample. So this is how it looks, the fresh sample, and after 6 hours of digestion of hot temperature, it gets into ash, it turns into ash like this. So I hope this video was very useful for you. If you like this video, do give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and share with your friends. Thank you.